Hey everybody, and welcome to an episode of Bitcoin News 5 under 10. Actually, in this episode, I have an extra article, so I'm going to make it 6 out of 10 just because I wanted to kind of throw in a small one there as well. The ones we'll be looking at right now is, first we'll be looking at this one. So I'm not sure if this is called Revel or REvil. I think because they're bad people, I'm just going to go with REvil. So what the REvil ransomware attack means for Bitcoin. UBS regulatory crackdowns could pop bubble like crypto markets is going to be a second one. And the third one will be Bitcoin supply on exchanges hits 6-month low. Fourth one will be Kazakhstan introduces additional taxes for crypto miners. And number 5, we're going to go with Ukrainian e-bank plans to offer Bitcoin trading in July. And the last one is an even bigger mining difficulty drop. 5 things to watch in Bitcoin this week. I just wanted to add this one in because it's a nice summary of what to expect as well. So let's get started with the first one. The first one here, what the REvil ransomware attack means for Bitcoin. So the REvil gang has demanded 70 million in Bitcoin after attacking at least 200 US companies on Friday. What that's what we see here. So what they're doing is they're demanding 70 million in order to restore the company's data. So ransomware and crypto. The crypto list of high-profile ransomware attacks that rely on crypto payouts has prompted calls for the crypto industry to face tougher regulation. I wanted to talk about this article in particular because of I'm kind of sick and tired of hearing people blaming crypto for how do you say it's used for like nefarious. Is that a word? I think it is. Ends, right? So. Crypto isn't bad. It's the people who do it are bad, and actually, cash is a lot worse, which we'll cover in a second in I think the next article as well. But I just wanted to go through this one quickly. So let me just continue for a quick. So as you can see here, but many in the crypto industry don't agree that crypto should be blamed for some of these high-profile ransomware attacks. I agree. Instead, the fact that criminals are turning to crypto might make law enforcement's job easier than it otherwise would be, which I also agree with. Here you can see law enforcement would prefer criminals to use crypto. Charles Story, head of growth at Future, told Decrypt. They could track where the funds went, identify what wallets came in contact with said funds, and if they have used centralized exchanges, then they would be able to identify the individuals. And that's because the use of blockchain cryptocurrencies like, say, Bitcoin and Ethereum are public, right? Which means that every transaction is visible because, right, they're just, what do you call it? It's, I can't think of the word I wanted to use there, but look, I'm just going to continue. So yeah, everything's visible. They're pseudo-anonymous, right? Rather than truly anonymous, like say once a Bitcoin address has been linked with an individual, for example, if they cash out through centralized exchange, that has performed Know Your Customer, right, KYC. It's possible to trace the flow of money between wallets and identified individuals using them. So this is my point exactly, is that all these people saying that cryptocurrencies are just used for bad stuff. Well, I don't think that's any different to cash or to cash money. Even if it's the same, the only difference is you cannot track cash and you can track crypto pretty easily. The one thing that I do want to say, I kind of highlighted here as well, that the so-called privacy coins like Monero, Dash, and Zcash, which they say here as well, I'll explain here, is they use cryptographic techniques to obfuscate the details of transactions. So I think those type of coins will be in trouble, right? So Monero, Dash, and Zcash, because I'm pretty sure when regulation comes in that, the government, we can not want it to be the case as much as possible, but I just can't see them allowing this kind of stuff. I'm going to move on because otherwise the video is going to get too long. So that's the first article. I just wanted to cover that. Second one here is UBS regulatory crackdowns could pop bubble like crypto markets. So there's kind of two parts to this article here, kind of continuing on the last article. So here in brief, Swiss bank UBS has warned investors about the risk of regulatory crackdowns popping bubble like crypto markets. The bank has suggested that investors steer clear of digital assets such as Bitcoin in its recent note. So most of the information that the general public gets from institutes, in my opinion, is that it's just wrong in a lot of cases because the institutes themselves just don't understand them. And you see a good example of that here, Crypto Before Congress. So just last week, several cryptocurrency experts were summoned before the US Congress Oversight and Investigations Committee to voice their opinions on the potential risk and benefits of digital assets. And according to Rep. Tom Emmer, who I believe does have a good understanding of crypto regulation sorely lacks clarity today, right? So just like the SEC case with Ripple currently is going on right now, I just think that there's clarity is the issue. When that gets solved, like the rest of us will all know what to do, right? And then you have a guy like this, Brad Sherman, who I think just clearly does not understand anything about crypto. Let me read this. Brad Sherman, representative for California's 30th congressional district, went even further and stated that it would be better for people to make bets in equity markets or the California lottery than invest in digital assets. Ultimately, he urged that Bitcoin should be shut down. I'm not sure how he plans to actually do that, but hey, he wants Bitcoin shut down, arguing that it's highly volatile. Why is volatility a bad thing? Volatility is a good thing. Like if something doesn't move, there's no profits to be made at all. Yes, it goes up and down, and people just need to be aware of that. Like volatility itself is not a bad thing. But just to continue here, and has the political support of patriotic anarchists who are rooting for tax evasion. Well, basically everything that guy just said, I just disagree with. I don't think that people in crypto I don't believe that they're avoiding tax or anything like that. It's just the whole regulatory clarity is not there, as Tom Emmer said. Okay, moving on to the next one. The Bitcoin supply on exchanges hits 6-month low. So the amount of Bitcoin held on exchanges has declined to a 6-month low as the price of Bitcoin has seen 47% decline since its previous all-time high. This is I'll continue reading here because it kind of explains what I wanted to say anyway. Bitcoin held on exchanges has seen a continuous decline over the past couple of weeks. The supply held on exchanges has been declining since mid-May, and low supplies of Bitcoin on exchanges is a good thing. The 6-month low is a promising sign, as it generally will indicate that there is a decreasing risk of more major BTC sell-offs. All right, so I just wanted to point that out. Also, Bitcoin mining difficulty has dropped by 28%. So let me read here. Bitcoin also recently experienced a dramatic decline in mining difficulty following China's extended ban on mining crypto in the country. Mining companies have been pulling out of China en masse. The removal of Chinese miners has seen fewer miners operating at present, which has seen the hash rate decline dramatically. The total hash rate recently hit a 19-month low of 87.6. Now, I also covered this in the Ethereum news that I put out earlier. They've been leaving China and going to other countries like Canada, Kazakhstan, US, and a couple of other ones. Which I'll continue on again in the next article, which is talking about Kazakhstan. So because of all of the miners leaving China and moving to Kazakhstan, Kazakhstan has decided to introduce additional taxes for crypto miners. So in brief, the Republic of Kazakhstan has dropped a new law that will see cryptocurrency miners pay extra fees on the consumed energy. And the country has seen an influx of crypto miners following a crackdown on Bitcoin mining in China. Now, to be a bit more specific on the numbers, specifically, the amendment imposes a fee to the tune of 1 Kazakhstan tenge. I'm not sure if that's tenge or tenge, which is worth about $0.0023 dollars per kilowatt hour, utilized by cryptocurrency miners, and will take effect from January 1st, 2022. So, it's just an extra fee per kilowatt hour for miners going into effect on the 1st of January. Just going to continue down below. In May, the National Associate of Blockchain and the Data Center Industry of Kazakhstan summoned a press conference. In that press conference, President Alan Georgiev, sorry guys for butchering that name, but he said mining operations already struggled just to break even, and that new fees may fend off investors. So be interesting to see what happens here. Obviously, a lot of people left China to go to Kazakhstan, but if they were struggling in Kazakhstan and this extra fee is what makes them, well, I guess not profitable anymore. It'd be interesting to see if they actually leave Kazakhstan and go elsewhere, but I'll have to wait and see. Another one here. Last month, Chinese Bitcoin mining firm BIT Mining, which operates the BTC.com mining pool, shipped a batch of 320 machines, mining machines to Kazakhstan, with 2,600 more expected to follow by July 1st. So they're really moving over to Kazakhstan. And since it's now already July the 5th, it should already have been done. And finally, for this article, Bitcoin mining hardware manufacturer Canaan has already set up its first overseas center in the country to cater to the new market. So everyone's kind of moving over to Kazakhstan. All right, from Kazakhstan, we're moving over to Ukraine. Ukrainian e-bank plans to offer Bitcoin trading in July. So here, as the Ukrainian government progresses with cryptocurrency-related legislation, a major local e-bank is preparing to launch a debit card featuring Bitcoin, BTC, trading. Ukrainian online banking application Monobank has completed a pilot, and it's just integrated now with the cryptocurrency trading platform. And according to the executive, the new integration will enable Monobank users to buy and sell Bitcoin with a debit card. Monobank expects to release the new feature later this month, right? So it should all be going live this month as well. And then finally, the last article I want to touch on here is this one: even bigger mining difficulty drop? 5 things to watch in Bitcoin this week. So I just wanted to run through these 5 things very quickly. Bitcoin may be fresh from its biggest difficulty plunge ever, but estimates warn that the next one may eclipse even the ones here. This one here, like, it might be eclipsed by the next one. So Cointelegraph considers 5 factors to pay attention to basically this week. The first one is stock records. Man, there's so many mistakes in this. Stocks, records, and I'm guessing an oil feud. That's not what it says on the screen, as you can see, but I'm guessing that's what it means. So stock records and an oil feud. It's another eerie Roaring Twenties style mood on major markets this week, thanks to the S&P 500 seeing new all-time highs for 7 days straight. So that's one thing to watch. The next thing to watch is the fundamentals. So Bitcoin may have seen its biggest ever difficulty decrease this week, but even that may not be enough to steady the ship. According to data from monitoring resource BTC.com, the next adjustment may be even larger. So that's another thing to keep an eye on. Another thing here is the price action spooked at 36,000. So we saw it go up to 36, basically, as you can see here. Just stop just short of it and then head back down again. So that's another thing to keep your eye on the price action. Volume fails to buoy bull's case. So despite the brisk pace of gains, volume supporting them remained low. And as such, their reliability and ability to sustain themselves was in question from the outset. So the volume is not doing what we needed to do as well. So that's something to keep an eye on. And then the last one, investor confidence slowly return, ? It's not there, but just how bearish is the average Bitcoin market participant right now? That question is traditionally answered by the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. And if to believe its readings this week, things may not be all that bad. So that's another thing to watch. That was it for this for today for the Bitcoin news. Absolutely would love to get some feedback and comments, guys. So feel free to leave it all down below. And I'll catch you in the next one. All right. Bye-bye.